So for our Wednesday workout this morning, I thought we'd go for a little bit of mobility. So this is a sequence that will release through the upper body and give you more movement there. So it can have an effect on all sorts of things. I'm trying to do one that you can do sat down, because then you might be able to do it more often, so you don't have to get onto the floor for it. So let's start with a forwards and backwards movement. So you can kind of imagine your ribs are like a bell, and so they're facing downwards. We're going to ring them up and ring them back. So it's like a bell hanging, and we're going to move it forwards and back. So if you take your hands behind your head, just to rest your head in, and we're not going to pull on head at all. All you're going to do is let your chest reach up, letting your head relax into your hands, and you're looking towards the ceiling. And what I don't want it to do is to bend into your lower back. So it's just the upper back, to sort of just underneath your shoulder blades, and then draw your elbows towards each other, and your head will just lower, but you're not pulling on your neck. And you should feel a little stretch into that upper back. And then again, lift your head, lift your eyes up to the ceiling. Elbows are out, so you're not forcing them out, but they're not squeezing in. So they're just sort of at 2 and 10 o'clock. And then draw your elbows in towards each other, letting your head just be relaxed. So again, no weight pulling down, and you're not pushing your chin into your chest. One more like that then. We're lifting up. Lovely. And then lower down, pulling the elbows towards each other gently. So you're opening up the upper back and getting that stretch. Good. And then come back to center. We'll leave our hands up and go into side bend. So you're going to take it over, elbow towards one side. And think of it creating some space here on the side, and then drawing back. And again, lifting up with the elbow up towards the ceiling. You can turn your eyes to look at the elbow, and that might give you a little bit better stretch as well. The other thing you can do is, if you're comfortable to hold it, is hold and breathe into that side of the rib. So think of deep breathing into that rib cage there. And as you breathe out, coming back up. And again, so you'll go over, think of breathing into that side of the ribs. And breathing out, come back up. Let's just do one more to each side of those. So far, so normal. We've got forwards and back. We've got side to side. We'll go into rotation next. So coming back to center, hands to your shoulders or anywhere that's comfortable, and just rotate through the rib cage. So here, if you're sat down, think of your two sit bones on the chair, and make sure you don't start to pull one of them off. So you're nice and balanced through the hips. And again, it is just your rib cage that is moving. So nice and easy, left to right, not forcing it. So if it doesn't want to move, don't push with your elbows or take your head right round. You want to feel that that is just your ribs moving. Good. So keep it smaller if you need to. Again, you can turn your head, you can turn your eyes, but you're not sort of pushing around with your elbows. Lovely. Last one. And then come back to center. So now we're going to do a little bit of side to side through the ribs. And I want you to see, it's not my hips moving side to side, it is your ribs. So take your arms out at shoulder height and just do a little rotation for me. So turn your palms down and let your shoulders come up around, and then turn them the other way. Let your chest open, your shoulders relax, and again rotate round and then open up. Now do one arm at a time. So rotate, good, and then as that one turns down, turn the other one up. So the movement's going all the way up to your shoulders, and now start to add in a little push away of your ribs as well. Lovely. So you're kind of reaching a little bit further with the arm, letting your ribs go. There's no rotation, it's just a side to side movement. Now, I'm quite tight in my mid back, and so I can feel this in that, but it is starting to loosen through. So it will have an effect elsewhere, always. Good. And then just relax the arms and just go for that rib cage movement. And then if you want to, you could even take it into a circle. Lovely. And then change direction. So isolating it out. Good, good. Rotating round, ribs go. Lovely. And that one's really hard, I think. That's a little bit of crunching going on there. So we've got a similar one to that. If you find that quite difficult, bring your hands to your shoulders and cross them right over. So you want to kind of hug in, so your elbows are stacked one on top of the other. And then we're going to move the elbows, but it's your ribs that are moving. So once you've got your hands round, go as tight as you can. If it's not comfortable, if you're tight in your chest and your shoulders, you might find you can't get very far, in which case just slide down a little bit. But feel that your upper back is, the shoulder blades are wide. Feel that they're open. So you can kind of pull your hands apart. So think of pulling your fingers away, and then you get that little bit more openness to the upper back. So now we're going to push the elbows down towards the chest. Let your chin nod, and your upper back is opening. Now elbows are going to come off and up to the side, but again it's into your rib, and then you're going to lift your elbows, but you're not pulling them off your chest. So you're just lifting your rib cage, and then down and back to the front. And again, so go off to the side, lift it up. Then you can drawing a circle with those elbows, and it's the rib cage moving, your lower back stays still. Let's do one more in that direction. So lifting up, don't drop your head back, don't lift the elbows off your chest, and drawing it back to center, then go the other way. So lifting up, still pulling apart with those fingertips, so shoulders are nice and wide. And again, lovely, lifting up, feeling that stretch through. Good. And one last one, all the way round. Lovely. And ease it up to the beginning. Good. Let the shoulders go. Now, because the shoulders and the ribs are a little bit related, let's just give those shoulders a little bit of a roll round. So when your upper body is tight, it's going to affect your shoulders. So hopefully, now that we've released through that upper body a bit, you might feel a little bit freer through those shoulders as well. Good. And then take it into a circle. So taking the arm up and around, taking it as far behind you as you can, as close as you can. But if there's any restriction there, any strain, pain, clicky, then feel free to make that a small movement. Go the other way. Lovely. And again, rotate it through. And definitely, I should have done a check at the beginning, but I know that's better movement than I normally get. It's not great, but it's still better. So go the other way, lifting up and over. This is the one, so that one's a bit tight. And come down. And again, lifting it up and over. Make sure you're not leaning back, you're not rotating, you're not pushing through your low back. And then change direction. Lovely, up and over. I don't know whether you heard that big click. Good. Hand is rotating, so you're not holding anything rigid. Lovely. And then let it go. So hopefully that all feels a bit freer, and like I say, it will work down the chain, working everything below, and you'll also might feel a little bit freer in your neck as well, but you can always add some neck moves into that as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Let me know how you get on.